Okay, big day today. We are filming the camcorder short film today. I'm super excited. I woke up super early so I could read my next chapter of The Artist's Way and do a very small check-in page this morning. I didn't do that last week. Oh my God, sorry, I gotta get comfortable here. I didn't do that last week, but I didn't realize that it was a separate entity from the morning pages. So that check-in is still technically in there, in the morning pages. I'm doing pretty good at that. So hey, good morning. I just finished I should start off by saying, if you don't know, I am currently working through The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's a fantastic book about unblocking yourself as a creative and trying to radically accept yourself as what you are. This passage, this past chapter that I've read, has been about. It's so funny because I feel like I've been talking to you guys all week about my anger management and trying to get it under control, and I really wish I just would have read this next chapter, because it talks all about how anger is a tool, how anger is a messenger. And I have to read this one passage because I did start crying a little bit when I read it. Can't guarantee I'm not going to do that now. Anger is the firestorm that signals the death of our old life. Anger is the fuel that propels us into our new one. Anger is a tool, not a master. Anger is meant to be tapped into and drawn upon. Used properly, anger is useful. Sloth, apathy, and despair are the enemy. Anger is not. Anger is our friend. Not a nice friend. Not a gentle friend. But a very, very loyal friend. It will always tell us when we have been betrayed. Sorry. Can't see. It will always tell us when we have betrayed ourselves. And it will always tell us that it is time to act in our own best interest. Anger is not the action itself. It's action's invitation. And I feel like this whole time I've been questioning, because I just get so angry about things, I can't help but question if I'm supposed to feel this anger. And this book, to a certain extent, now I'm not saying that all my anger is valid, but it validates at least the deep-seated stuff. Like it tells me that I'm trying to tell myself desperately that I have to change, and that things outside have to change, and that I can be a part of the change. So it's about really being attuned, to your emotions, and really trying to pay attention to why you're angry, and beyond just, oh well, because I'm sad. So yeah, the anger as a tool is a really cool thing. And then she also talks about synchronicity or serendipity in the book, in this next chapter, which I have noticed going on in my life. If you're not aware, serendipity or synchronicity is there's a nice description in here that she gives from Carl Jung. And that is, let's see, Carl Jung dubs synchronicity loosely defined as fortuitous intermeshing of events. And that makes perfect sense to me. That's what's been going on. Again, shout out to Mark Visser. I know I've done that for the last 3, but seriously, you are part of that synchronicity. I feel like I am moving towards who I'm supposed to be as an actor, who I'm supposed to be as a comedian, as a writer, and by doing these and by doing my daily writings and just trying to protect myself as an artist, I am noticing big changes. It's really cool to feel the universe reaching out to me, to maybe feel even God reaching out to me. This book has made me question a lot of stuff. My religion, Christianity, that like what God, what is God to me? Because I know I believe in I believe in the universe. I believe it is sentient. I believe we are a part of something larger, and God to me, I don't know, feels closer now than he used to. Whatever that is, whatever God is. And I might even start praying, right? Weird. I can just, I want to talk again. I'm curious to, man, this is a crying one? Holy crap. I'm curious to hear what he might say back to me. And if he still thinks I'm worthy of the gifts that he has bestowed upon me. Because I feel so humbled lately with the level. I feel so much motion happening. And I can feel him close to me, which is a weird feeling. I have pushed that mentality away for a long time. Oh my God. Sorry. She talks about how it's easier to go through life accepting that there is nothing out there, because then you're not accountable to yourself or anybody else. It just is as it is. To live in a universe where there is something watching and that will give you the things that you try to align yourself to is almost more terrifying, because then you're responsible for what happens next. It's not on random chance. Ask and ye shall receive kind of thing. Wild. I feel close to something. To spirituality for sure. I recognize that I have ignored that spirituality is a part of my being, and I have woefully underappreciated that side of my personality for a long time. So yeah, this book is definitely helping out with that. That's synchronicity, man. It's cool. The other thing they talk about in this chapter that Julia talks about is shame and the difficulty of removing shame. It is probably the biggest point in our brains that blocks us from true creative freedom. And that can come in lots of different forms. The apathetic nature of your parents. Like, I didn't have alcoholic parents. That's the example she chose here. It's a very obvious and difficult one to deal with for a lot of people. And I imagine a lot of artists who are struggling now came up with not dissimilar stories. But I was lucky. I did not come up with alcoholic parents. I was missing some things. I grew up in the patriarchy in a very Protestant home, homeschooled from third grade until high school, and the indoctrination. And I talked to my mom about this the other day. Actually, she, like, we both were able to recognize back then, like, this curriculum is a little weird. But I forgot where I was going with this. I'm sorry. Let me flip through my book here real quick. Shame. When alcoholic home. What will the neighbors think? It's kind of talking about, like, in that sense, how if you were a kid and you went to school and you got in trouble for something, and the family gets investigated after that and they're found out to be pretty alcoholic and intense, that family is then labeled as, dysfunctional. And then the child who went to school and messed up is the one who gets in trouble the most and yelled at. But he's not responsible for the drinking or the emotional immaturity that was going on in his home. He was only responding in the best way that he could as a kid, and recognizing that that's outside of you. You didn't. Yeah, it's a good piece on that. I'm quickly losing brain function because I'm getting sad. I'm trying not to be sad, but it's just like these huge realizations I'm having in this next chapter. And at the beginning of the book, she does say you're going to have a hard time with this. This is going to be a difficult book to get through without crying. It makes you confront things that are very personal in your own life, and it's helping a ton. I can feel it. I can feel the weight lifting every day I do this, and every chapter that I read. I'm tempted to read through the rest of it, but I've been kind of enjoying this week by week assessment of the pages in the book, and reading the next point, and kind of almost feeling a little lost, and then finding out that the next week was going to guide me in the right direction. I hope that continues, that feeling continues for the rest of this course, because it makes me excited to see where I'm going to be by the end of this book. And I'm barely a third of the way through it, maybe a fourth. And it's exciting. To end, I guess I'll say I'm going to do a check-in here with myself. I feel light, and I feel happy, and I feel excited for this, not only this film piece that we're about to go do, but also just the tools that are being uploaded into my brain lately. I am completely blown away by the level of care Ms. Cameron put into this book. It is, yeah, it's hitting me hard. I'm doing my best to talk to you guys about it without giving too much away, because I want you to read it too if you're out there listening. It's just a great book. It really is. Again, no commission for this. I am simply a lost artist who has been lost for a long time, and I am now finally finding my way again with this book. And I don't want to just attribute it to the book. I'm in a space. I honestly, if I had read this maybe 5-6 years ago, I don't think I would have finished it, and I don't think I would have done half the things in the book that you're supposed to be doing, because I just wasn't in that place, and now at 30 years old, thank fucking God, I am ready to grow out of this mentality that I've lived with my whole life. It feels like it's been this very raw nerve energy, touching a raw nerve, and seeing what happens after. And I am exhausted of that mentality. I want to feel synchronicity. I want to live in synchronicity. I want to make awesome stuff. I want to inspire people to do great things because other people inspired me to do great things. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where we go here in this next week because these first two weeks we're kind of soft, you know. Oh, check in with yourself. Do some, do some of these the little tools and see how that makes you feel. Do a little date. I did do an artist date. I took myself to, well, kind of. My buddy took me to Steph to Lev, which I know you're supposed to do that stuff by yourself, but honestly, I feel like me and Joe know each other well enough that like, and it's proven to me like anytime we hang out nowadays, we don't have to talk at this point. I love that our relationship is in that place that it's like we don't feel the need to talk, but when we do have to talk, we absolutely talk. Like Joe is absolutely a huge benefactor of my well-being, and no, I'm not gonna cry again. I there are days that go by where I don't feel deserving of that level of friendship, and it's cool. I am so thankful for so many people and so many things, and as this shamed artist, I have felt held back by myself. Not held back by myself, but I have felt because of my upbringing, I have to do this alone. I have to be the one. And they talked about it in the synchronicity part of this chapter, that it's all about 1,000 helping hands. There's no one who's made it that has done it purely on their own merit. It's just not how it works. You need a team. You always need a team. Oh, wow. This one was cathartic. Thanks, guys. Sorry I made you watch me cry for 17 minutes. Let's end it on some positivity. I love you. I love everything that you're about. I believe that you're going to make beautiful things. I believe that I'm going to make beautiful things. I believe that the Creator is within us, and that that our natural state is to create. I want to go out and create some stuff now. I want you to go out and to create some stuff now. All right? We got this. The world's dark, but we're the lights. We are the lights that shine in the darkness. We can do this. All right. I got to go make this movie stuff. I love you. Bye.